Why do subleasers fail? The first reason why subleasers fail is they do not know how to register and become a legal subleasing entity. To become legal in Dubai, you need a mainland license, and the specific activity of that license is vacation homes. That is the only license that will allow you to do subleasing legally in Dubai. Once you've got that license, you need to get a permit and a license from the Department of Tourism. And they will come and they will do an inspection on your offices. Once you have those two documents and licenses in place, you need a bank account, and then you open your Airbnb accounts. The second reason why people fail, and that is they don't know how to identify profitable properties. Now, most people have no idea how to choose a property that's going to be profitable, how to negotiate the terms that will make it profitable, and how to get permission from the landlord to sublease. Because without the permission from the landlord to sublease, you cannot get the DCCM permit and the legal ability to sublease, which means if you do it that way, you're going to get caught, you're going to get penalized, you're going to get blocked, you're going to lose money. How do you identify a profitable property? This is, one of the biggest puzzles that I personally had to figure out. Now, there are websites that help and support. For instance, there is one called AirDNA. AirDNA gives general information on all the Airbnbs that have been listed in any city or area. And then you can go into that and analyze and get a general understanding of how much a particular tower or a particular area will generate on Airbnb. But it's not clear enough, it's not precise enough. So you cannot make a decision purely based on AirDNA. You can get an overall understanding of how well the market is performing and some indication of what the daily rates are for particular kinds of units, but it's not precise enough. The only way to really get detailed information on how well a property will perform is to do a manual competitor analysis. Manual competitor analysis. Let's say we pick a building in downtown Dubai, say it's specifically Grande, and we're looking at subleasing a 2-bedroom, for instance. What we would do is we would go into Airbnb and Booking.com, and we would look for 2 bedrooms in Grande with the ability to rent them out on a daily basis via Airbnb. And once we look at those units, we would look at as many as possible, all that you can find, create a spreadsheet and put apartment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and they are all 2 bedrooms in Grande. Then across the top of that spreadsheet, you would put month 1, month 2, month 3, all the months, because months have different daily rates. And then I would start to look at manually the calendars of all the units that are already listed, and see what is their average daily rate for each month, and what is their average daily rate for Eid, and what is their average daily rate for Christmas, what is their average daily rate for New Year's week, because events and different times of the year have different exceptions. It's not just about the month, it's about this particular period. And then once I've found as much data as I can to see who's getting booked out the most, who's a guest favorite, who's got the best reviews, how much are they charging for cleaning, what are their cancellation policies, and what is their average daily rates. Figure out what would be, if I take the accumulation of the average of all of them and then I multiply it by the number of days in the year, I can get a value of 100% occupancy. Now, once I've got that average 100% occupancy, I will not take that as what I predict to earn, because nobody gets 100% occupancy. I would go at 80% occupancy, cut that number down, and see what is that value. So, it may end up being for a 2-bedroom, the average 80% occupancy of all the units that I've looked at could be 450,000 dirhams a year. Now, it doesn't stop there. That number that you've got from looking at all the rates on Airbnb is gross. you still have to take out of that all your expenses. And your biggest expense to begin with is 15% that Airbnb charges you. So now you know that what you're getting net in your hand after Airbnb fees is going to be 450,000 minus 15%. Then you minus your second biggest expense, which is what is the rent that that landlord is asking you to rent that unit. Then you take out your furnishing cost. Then you take out your expected cleaning costs. You take out your expected maintenance costs. You take out your expected electricity, gas, Wi-Fi operational costs. And if after doing that equation, you got a profit, then you know that that is a profitable property, and you should then give an offer to that landlord saying, I'm willing to take your property. I'm a vacations home company. Here are my licenses. I'm a legitimate organization. I would like to rent your property with the ability to sublease it. And here are my credentials, and this is my offer. Or accepting their offer. Then, once they've accepted your offer and that you've taken the property, while you're making the offer, if you can get more payments for the rent, so instead of paying it in one check for the whole year, you can pay it in 3 checks, 4 checks, 5 checks, 6 checks, more checks that you can get the landlord to agree to, the better your ROI, the faster your initial investment comes back, and it's just better equation all round. Try not to pay 1 check or 2 check. Try to pay, at least in Dubai market today, you're able to get 3, 4 checks depending on the unit, and that will help your return. I hope that's clear.